Hello everyone. Today I'm going to make kind of a promotional intro video of my favorite rock band, AC/DC, like this. There are some steps you need to follow. So I'm not gonna skip any single step. So please just follow my instruction. And please don't forget to subscribe my channel, hit the like button, and set the alarm for my latest video. Then let's just dive into it. Okay, so this is what we're gonna make today. Let me play it. AC/DC, the rock band, heavy metal and flaring on the metal texture. Let me play again. So it looks pretty cool. Okay, so the very first thing is we need to prepare this metal texture images of the AC/DC logo in Photoshop. So in Photoshop, please download this metal_bg.jpg file, which has the 1280 pixel by the 720 pixel dimension. This is the HD quality video file we're gonna make. Okay, so first thing is I'm gonna type the word AC/DC. You can type it, but the easier way is once you go to thefont.com, I will make a link to this page. You can download this font. And you see there the AC/DC K, download it and install this font on your computer. So let's type it first. I'm gonna type, open my character panel. Type size is gonna be 600 point, and then my music logo TFB, my typeface, the one I downloaded. And then please type the K. There you're gonna see that AC/DC. Okay. Now we need a texture. I also made a link to brushlovers.com, which is this one, Iron Layer Style. So you can download the free Photoshop layer styles. So free download it. Once you download it, I already downloaded it. Then it is in my download folder. See? You're gonna need the ASL extension, this file. So back to Photoshop and open Layer Style panel, go to drop down menu and import styles. And you're gonna see that under download, and that was a free iron style, see, ASL, and open it. Then you're gonna see this. Now I'm gonna apply this and I'm gonna tweak it a little bit. So you can use it as it is, but what I want to do is, let me double click the bevel and emboss, layer style, and then I'm gonna keep the style, the inner bevel, then chisel hard, and the depth a little bit deeper, and the size I'm gonna make it bigger. See that? About that size, I think. Yep, it looks good. Even more. So it looks good. If you want, you can keep it like this. I want to tweak a little bit. So on drop shadow option, I want to have a little more distance and a little bit bigger. If you want, you can make it a little darker. So it's up to you. Now also, you can control your texture as well. So go to a pattern overlay, which is like this. You can control the angle. See? So it depends where you stop, where you pause. I think I kind of like it. Like this. AC/DC. Okay, once you're done, I want to apply the drop shadow maybe a little more. Maybe normal. Even darker. Like that. Okay, so it's up to you. And say okay, just like this. Okay, and then next step is, let me pull my layers panel so you can see it. I'm going to rasterize this layer style as one layer. So hold on the control key, click on your layer, and then choose rasterize layer styles. Okay, let me put this back. So I have two layers. Top layer, I have a text layer, ACDC with a texture, and then the bottom layer is my background layer. So first, let me hide my background layer. Let me download, let me save this file as the transparent pink file. Okay, so go to File, Export. You can export as or save for web, either way is fine. I'm going to save as a pink 24. Make sure your file format is a pink 24 so we can keep the smooth and crisp transparent background. Save it. I'm going to save it. Let me save it onto my folder, which is desktop. And then I made a new folder on my desktop, AN test. So I'm gonna save it as the I already saved it, acdc.png, which is I'm gonna save it as the acdc png file. Okay. Now, I'm hiding my text layer, and let me save for web again. Export, save for web. Let me save as, this time maybe just a JPEG. JPEG. Save it. I'm going to save as a metal_bg.jpg. Yeah, that's the one we already have. Now we are ready to animate it. So now open Adobe Animate. We're gonna make this one. So make a new document. Document says I'm gonna match the size 1280 pixel by 720 and 30 frame rate in HTML5 canvas. Okay, and create it. Let me zoom this out about 70% so I can view the whole thing. So first the thing is, let me import the images. Go to File, Import to Library. So the first one I'm gonna need to have under my AN test folder. Let me have my metal background and HDC PNG, these two. Open. So let me check my library. So I have two, ACDC and metal. Okay, so I'm gonna leave there for a while. So first the thing is, on your first layer, choose your type tool, open your properties panel, make sure your type size is 600 point, the same size as we typed in Photoshop, and your character, your typographic choice is music logo. So that's the one we downloaded. So click there and just type K. So we have that. I'm going to place it in the center. So open your alignment panel. If you do not see this, it is under Windows menu and align. Here. Check align to stage, horizontal center, and the vertical center. So it is centered. Okay. Now we're going to separate it. So under modify menu and break apart. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different characters. Then go to modify, timeline, distribute to layers. See, so we have the all 5 layers. So individual layer has its individual letter. So first I need to know which layer has which letter. So that's layer number 2 is A. So let me double click and A. And that's the C. That is D. It's a lightning. Lightning. And this is a C. And I want to change the order. I want to have my first letter on the bottom, second C, and the third D, C, lightning. So let me double check. A, C, lightning. No, D, C, and lightning on top. That's good. Now let's animate it. Highlight the frame number 10 on top layer. Hold down the shift key. Click on the frame number 10 on the bottom layer. Then insert keyframe. Now select the A layer, the bottom layer, hold down the shift, click on top layer, everything's in blue. Hold down the control key, place your mouse cursor somewhere between the first and the second keyframe, any layer and any frame, and click. Choose Create Classic Twin. Okay, now select the very first keyframe, hold down the first keyframe on the bottom layer, hold down the shift key, click on top layers, the first keyframe, and then in your properties panel, you're going to see that ease option, this one. Increase it up to 100. You will see why we do this. Now, still all the first keyframes are selected. Choose your free transform tool on your first keyframe, frame number 1. Hold down the shift key and make it bigger, maybe about that size. Okay. Then, in your color effect, in your properties panel, color effect drop down menu, please choose the alpha and down to 0. So what happened is it's gonna be fading in and getting smaller, just like this. Okay. All right. Then next step is I want to give a little different time gap. So A comes first, C, D, C, and then lightning at the end. So A, I'm going to leave it as it is. Highlight the C layer. Place your mouse cursor somewhere in this segment. Keep pressing and move it to up to 15. 5 more frames. Select the D layer up to 20. C layer 25. Lightning and 30. So this will happen. The problem is we only see the lightning like a ghetto rays thing at the end. I need to keep it on frame number 30. So except the top layer, the lightning layer, select the frame number 30 on letter C. Hold down the shift key, click on the bottom layers, frame number 30, then insert the keyframe. Then watch. See? Okay, so it looks good. So next step is need to convert it to with the texture one. Okay, so first thing is on frame number 30, select the whole thing, everything, and copy. And make a new layer on top, very top. Highlight the frame number 31. Okay, insert the keyframe, which is nothing. Then edit, paste in place. So we have that. Okay. Now I'm going to add another new layer on top here. On frame number 31, highlight the frame number 31 and insert the keyframe again, which is a kind of blank keyframe. Now go to library panel, select your ACDC, the textured one, and drag and drop. And then just to match the position right on top. Just like that. Let me hide the top one. So it looks good. Okay. Then now I'm going to assign about the 1 second to convert this black and white letter to this textured one. So let me highlight the frame number 60, which is the 2-second mark on top layer. Hold down the shift key and highlight the frame number 60 on the second layer. Then insert the keyframe. Okay, now select the layer 7, the second one from the top, and hold down the shift key. Click on the top layer. Then place your mouse cursor somewhere in between any layer, any of these two. Hold down the control key and click. And classic twin. Okay. Okay. See? Then, first thing is, let me hide top layer. So first thing is, I want to make this the ACD black letter fading out. So first keyframe, I'm going to leave it. And second keyframe, click on your ACDC logo and open your properties, and you're going to see that color effect drop down menu, then choose the alpha. So it's going to be fading out. See? Now, this textured one is going to be opposite. So let me make visible on my first keyframe, ACDC. Click on the ACDC, the textured one on your stage. In your properties panel, color effect, alpha, from 0 to 100. So it's going to be kind of a crossover. See? This happens. ACDC and turn to this, which is pretty cool. And now I want to have that kind of metal texture. So let me create a new layer on top, new layer, and then highlight the frame number 60, insert just a keyframe, okay, and then in your library panel, place with your metal BG. Place it, but it is on the very top. I'm gonna have that to the very bottom, there. Okay. Okay, but on this background just shows up just all of a sudden. I want to have kind of a little smoother transition. So what I want to do is highlight the background, the first keyframe of my background image, and then insert new keyframe on 3-second mark. 3-second mark. Okay, then hold down the control key and choose any frame in between and click and create classic twin. So first keyframe, I want to start from nothing. Okay, so click on your image, go to properties panel, choose the color effect, alpha, and this happens. Okay. The problem is I need to keep the ACDC meta texture logo, which is on very top. So highlight the 3-second mark on top layer only, then insert a keyframe. So this will happen. Watch. Turning and background. So it looks pretty good. So we're getting in there. Next step is I want to have that kind of the flaring, kind of shining effect on my letter foam. So select the top layer, insert a new layer on very top, then on frame number 90, which is 3-second mark, insert the keyframe, which is a blank keyframe now. There. Then let me zoom in. We need to do some work. I'm going to show you the first letter A first, and then I'm going to just fast forward so we can save some time. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to set my color palette to the default, though, so I can have a black stroke. And please choose your pen tool, and let me select just this area only. This has the beveled edges. And the way of using this pen tool is exactly the same way in Illustrator. When you make a kind of curve, keep pressing your mouse button and drag it. And cut the handler. And go to next. Go to next. Just like that. Just keep going. And make sure you are completing your shape at the point where you began. So you're going to see that kind of little tiny circle right next to your pen tool. Okay, so this is completed. I have the one more spot here. So I'm going to keep doing it. Okay. just like that. See, little tiny circle. Oops. Keep pressing and oops. Keep pressing. See, and done. Okay, same way I'm gonna complete all the other 3 more characters. Let me fast forward this whole process. Okay, so I think I'm done with this. Okay, so what I want to do is I need to click on the other frame number 60, this keyframe. This keyframe only has all the lines of these letter forms. And then please switch your tool to the paint bucket, and then switch the fill color to any color. Maybe I'm gonna use just green. And then click inside so you can fill in green. Okay, so that's the area you're going to see that kind of shining and flaring things. Now I'm gonna rename this layer as a masking layer. Okay, now let me create a new layer on top, and then I'm gonna rename this layer as a flare. Let me move this layer under masking layer. Okay, then select frame number 90 and insert the keyframe, which is a blank keyframe now. Then let me draw no fill color, no stroke color, and then set your fill color to just black and white gradient on this frame. Then choose your rectangle tool. Let me draw kind of a little bit longer, about this length, about this long rectangle. Select your rectangle and then open your color palette. You're gonna see that all the kind of color info. So it is a linear gradient, and then there are 2 points, white and black. Let me click on the new spot in the middle. I'm gonna set this, double click to white. First one is white and the last one set to white. So all 3 points has the same color, same white. The very first one, white, I'm gonna change this alpha value down to 0. And the third white, 0. When you release the selection, see, you're gonna see this one. Select it, use your free transform tool. I'm gonna make it a little bit skinnier, like that. Looks good. And then with the free transform tool, let me rotate it about that angle. I'm gonna place it somewhere here. Okay. So nothing's happening yet. Okay. So first, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna choose the flare layer, highlight the frame number 120, which is a 4-second mark. Let me insert the keyframe. On 5-second mark, I'm gonna insert another keyframe. Okay. And then hold down the control key, choose place your mouse cursor somewhere in between 90 and 120, any frames. Click Classic Twin. Same thing, between 120 and 150. Hold down the control, click, and Classic Twin. And also, I need to keep this blue one, the masking layer. I need to extend it from here to the 150. Select it. This time insert just a frame. So just keep pressing. Watch this. Keep pressing and choose the frame. Just like this. So it looks weird. Okay. It is a little hard to see the correct result without the background. So and then the letter form as well. So what I need to do is I'm going to have this layer 8, which is this third layer. I'm going to extend it up to here by using keyframe. Also, I want to expand my background up to 150. Okay, now we're ready. So on flare layer, this layer, select the second keyframe, which is on the 4-second mark, 120. Select it. Select your flare, this bar, like a lightsaber. Hold down the shift key and move horizontally across somewhere there. So this will happen. So it goes to there and it comes back. See? And then here's the magic. Select the top masking layer. Hold down the control, click, and mask. Watch. You see the flare? Comes back. Okay. So let's watch. That's perfect. Let me test the movie. Under Controls menu, test the movie in browser, and watch what happens. See? Everything looks good, but I want to make it stay a little longer, maybe 3 seconds or something. So my entire thing is the 5 seconds. So maybe on 8-second mark, eventually, since I'm gonna need to see this third layer, this one. So let me highlight the 8-second mark on the third layer from the top. Insert the keyframe. Also, I need to keep my background layer as well. Insert the keyframe. So let me test the movie again. Test the movie in browser. Three seconds, and again. All right, so it looks pretty cool. So now, let me save my file. I'm going to show you how to export it as MP4 file. So I'm going to save as ACDC. Since I have one already, ACDC number 2. Okay, now I want to export it as a video file so I can use it for my YouTube or my Instagram or any kind of SNS. First, make sure your Adobe Media Encoder is open because we're going to use that. Then go to File, Export, Export the video and media. Make sure everything's the same at 1280 by 720. The important thing is your format, H.264. I'm not going to change this as a default. And then maybe my output, that's my destination, AN test. Okay, ACDC number 2. Save it and export it. It exports to a media encoder, and then your media encoder will render it. Okay, looks good. It's done. Let me check my folder. It is on my desktop. AN test, ACDC number 2, MP4. So this is the one we just made. Play. ACDC. Flaring. Okay. So that's it. So maybe you can use this techniques for any other things. Different texture, different letter, and a different logo. Anything you like to do. So I hope you enjoy this video and you can use it for your future project. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.